Okay, so let's see what's coming up for Aquarius. Looks like the month is opening with Six of Cups for you. That is, looking back into the past, often Six of Cups can mean sentimentality, considering things from the past. Because it's in the reverse position, sometimes it might mean that you are looking back and saying, oh, I wish things could be like they were then. Or another potential expression of Six of Cups is that in the upright position, it means innocence and the love, like between children, the way that you share hearts openly, like when we're kids. So in the reverse position, sometimes it can mean cynicism and hardening of the heart, or not looking at things with an innocent way of considering things, or it can be a way of saying, I just don't believe in anyone, I don't trust in anyone. So Six of Cups, as you can see in the upright position, is very sweet, very innocent. It definitely harkens to past times, and it can sometimes mean someone that you've met in childhood or that you've met before. And usually it means the sharing of hearts in an innocent way that children would. In the reverse position, though, it's saying be careful of not slipping into cynicism. Be careful about hardening your heart. Be careful about feeling like you can't trust anyone, or, basically the difference between, say, children or adults, where letting your experience harden you. So that's an opening for April. Be careful that you keep your heart open, and that you let yourself experience that innocence of childhood. And if you're thinking about things from the past, try not to glorify any past experience or how things used to be. You're in the present, Aquarius, so make sure that you're focused on what's happening in the here and now. There is something that you may be having a difficult time making a decision on, and a decision that you're avoiding. This is Two of Swords, and this usually represents a dilemma or a crossroads where you can see in the figure she's got two swords that she's holding up, and she's unwilling to choose between either one of them, or between the two of them, and choose one. So she's effectively blindfolding herself and checking out. This is a card of stagnancy, of stasis, resisting making a decision on something. And here, this is Four of Coins, which has to do about like holding on to your money, keeping everything that you've got. It's usually a card for someone who's good at earning money, and they've got control of the money, they've got a hold of the money. But in the lower version of this card, it means being fearful about money and feeling like you have to hold on to everything that you have. Feeling like, I've got to hold on to every single last penny. What I always point out in this card is that coin is blocking this person's heart. So be careful that money doesn't become such a preoccupation, or that you're fearful about having enough money, or you're having doubts about that, because that can consume you, and that can actually cause you to be stuck, which is another theme for Two of Swords. So if you're having, at the opening of April, if you're having any cynicism, feeling like you need to hold on to your money, feeling like you're wanting to avoid making a decision, just, take a deep breath and try to breathe in some flexibility, because that's the one thing that Six of Cups in reverse with cynicism, Four of Coins having to do with fear, holding on to everything that you've got, and Two of Swords is all lacking. All of those are lacking flexibility. So try to become more flexible. Try to breathe into the situation and consider options that maybe you haven't considered. That's one of the things, my recommendation for the beginning of April for you, Aquarius. It does look like you actually will come into a place of finding your own power, finding your own creativity. This is Magician, which is a major arcana card, so it has extra power and strength, and it's lining up with this Star card, which is also, it's about hopefulness, optimism, self-acceptance. So when you see Magician show up for you, it's a time where you can create what you really want. Magician is about harnessing all of your resources. So he's got the coin, which is the physical world, the sword, which is the mental world, the rod or staff, which is fire, which is all about vitality and passion and action. and then the cup, which is the emotional world. All those elements can synthesize. He knows how to create and have this alchemical catalytic effect on those, so he can create exactly what he wants. And that's how he's able to pull from the heavens anything he wants. Very different from this card. This card has a lot of things but isn't able to create. This card can create anything he wants, and he's got a connection to the universe. So that's what makes him magician. Instead of four of coins, I've got to hold on to everything I want, or else I might lose it all, and I've got to block everything else out, in concern for that. So flexibility, if you can breathe some flexibility into whatever's going on here at the opening of April, Aquarius, looks like you might end up in a powerful position. This is about focusing your mind, focusing and concentrating on one thing. I will also say that the difference between these two cards, feeling stuck, feeling like you can't choose between two different options and therefore you're checking out, this guy is one. It's the number one card in the major arcana. He's single-minded. He knows exactly what he wants. He shoots and aims for his target and hits a bullseye every time. Whereas this person is in indecision. So you may go from a point of indecision. Once you make that decision, have one single focus, know your mind, you unlock a lot of power for yourself, Aquarius. So that's happening in April. It might feel like you're sort of suffocating or fearful or cynical or indecisive at the opening of the month, but once you do make that decision, you've got a lot of power unlocking for you. I see here in the middle of the month, we talked a little bit about star. You've got star and sun, which is nice. This is this is integration, a lot of self-acceptance. You may feel that you aren't able to bring yourself what you believe, you're lacking belief in being able to bring good things to yourself. This is 9 of coins, which is luxury. And you can see she's got a golden necklace full of coins. She's got jewels. She's eating grapes. It's a purple card, which represents royalty and surplus. And this is a card usually of enjoying the benefits of having self-discipline, having worked hard, having saved money. And so you're enjoying the riches that you've brought to yourself. When this card is in the reverse position, it means that you may have some doubts or fears about what you're able to bring to yourself. It's also in line with this 4 of coins, I don't know if I'm going to have enough money card. So just notice that and see if that belief seems true to you or not. The fact that the card is showing up says that you actually do have the ability to bring luxury to yourself, to bring resources, to bring surplus to yourself, but it's your doubt and your fear that is blocking that, and it's also echoing it here. So this card is Page of Cups, which is all about the emotional world. This is actually showing a willingness of the heart. Sometimes this can be an infatuation card. It's a young person, so it's kind of like young love or teenage love, but it means that you're looking at your heart that is leaping. So it's saying, what do I want? What do I feel? What does my heart jump at? What am I infatuated with? What do I love? It's a willingness of the heart. So that's kind of a fun card. This is both with the 6 of Cups and the Page of Cups. This is like young love energy. So if it seemed like this is hardening your heart, you may have an opening to it in the middle of the month. You may want to consider what makes my heart leap? What is it that I want? What do I become infatuated with? And then once you decide what your heart wants, if you can get past doubting that you can bring to yourself anything that you want, both Magician and 9 of Coins are very good at that. You get a lot of radiance here. This is a card full of self-acceptance. You see in Star, she's naked, so that's a card of self-acceptance, awareness, believing in your own unique place in the universe. And this is actually you, Aquarius. You can see, it's the picture of the water bearer, which is you. This is your imagery. This is your archetype. And she's balancing between the emotional world here, which is the water being poured into the lake or the body of water, and the other hand is pouring water onto the ground. So it's finding the balance between the emotional heart-centered world, and then the grounded physical world. It's finding that balance between earth and water, between grounding your emotions, essentially. And it's also accepting your own unique place in nature. It's full of hope and optimism. And sun is a wonderful positive card too. It's full of radiance. It's brighter than star even, but they're both luminary, so it's like saying happy during the day, happy at night. And this is integration. So this can be feeling like the sun is shining on you, feeling like you've integrated both your female and your male side of yourself. It can be sun shining on your relationship and being vulnerable and open within it. That's why these cards are lighting up both the day and night sky. It's full of sunflowers. It's joy. It's radiance. It's you shining forth as yourself. So once you get past these doubts or fears of, am I going to have enough? Am I enough? I mean, this could even be you doubting your own worth and value. So, but once you get to this point of things, you're recognizing, yeah, I am a star just in my own right. I am, vulnerable and naked. And by the way, I'm just, it's perfect just as I am. That's how you're getting all the sun and star radiance. So enjoy that middle of the month part for you, Aquarius. You're showing up quite radiantly there. And then at the end of the month, look at this. You've got 2 new ace cards. Aces are beginnings, so it's initiation of something new. The Ace of Swords is the truth. Swords always represent the air element, which is the same as you, Aquarius. And when we see one sword, it represents the truth. And then you can see here, it's the crowning truth. It's what the universe is handing out. It's saying, this is the truth. This is clarity. This is realization. This is the one thing that I know to be true. And then this Ace of Rods is Ace of Fire. So it's just like passion, vitality, new energy. It's like the springtime when everything flourishes. And it's the beginning of a new endeavor. So I always use the image of a parade when this card shows up. This is like the person with the baton out front who's throwing it in the air, and he's signaling that something new is coming. Everything is to follow the Ace of Wands. Everything comes behind. The rest of the parade comes behind. So when you get double ace energy, that means something new is going to be starting for you at the end of April, Aquarius. And you're going to have some real clarity on what you want that to be. It's also showing up right next to Lovers. So it might be a new relationship, or a new phase of your relationship, or a new way of you showing up in relationships. Because we have this naked woman here, and she's being echoed in this card too, it may be that through your self-acceptance and radiance, you show up in a new way within your relationships, whether you're in one or not right now, but that there can be a new thing coming for you that really allows you to be vulnerable, intimate, passionate. The Lovers is showing up. And it's also, showing up here with sun too. So we've got this couple here and this couple here, the naked woman here, and the doubling of the ace energy, which says it's a new phase of whatever's happening here. It's wonderful, especially in terms of getting into a new relationship or having a new chapter in your relationship, feeling like you've hit a new level of intimacy in your relationship. And then this is Six of Wands, which is success, victory. This is the person who comes riding in on the white horse to save the day. He's got the victory laurel wreath here. And it's a card of great reputation, great success, and victory and triumph. So that's basically, the last half of April for you, Aquarius, seems just radiant and full, and that your relationships, you're really showing up there, or that you have this new phase that can be happening there. It almost seems like the theme or the narrative for this month for you is feeling a little closed off, feeling cynical, feeling maybe fearful or indecisive. And then once you hit this Magician, connecting with your personal power, focusing and concentrating, you open up all this wonderful new storybook that is happening for you. And it's just you really showing up as you are.